thinking about that. We were talking about that the other day, just taking care of everybody. The Notables is a group of locals who love to sing. We've been meeting every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. for years. It's been so long, we can't remember the year we actually started, and now we just can't remember. So, our mission is to spread joy, laughter, and love with our community. And over the years, our group has been larger, and it has been smaller, and it changes over time. We sing our national anthem. We have pop-up concerts. Maybe we'll be doing some more of those. Those would be fun. And then we wouldn't get so nervous either, would we? We're just popping up for a concert. Yeah. And then during Bayview Days, we share patriotic songs, and we become the floatable Notables. And we float around on the lake later in the afternoon, and we visit our marina and our float home communities. And we even visited our fireworks barge. Twice this year to make sure that they all got some love. And during holiday season, more singers join us for the performance of Christmas songs and caroling in Bayview. And we do have a Notables disclaimer. It reads, "We're a group of singers who love to sing. We're just not saying that we sing well, but we make up for it with fun."
We do.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
And so, as I was talking to you about this year's summer sing-alongs, a twist on a traditional sing-along, we've distributed handouts with lyrics for you, sing-along parts, and we'll cue you when it's time for you to sing. And we've selected some familiar songs mixed in with our performance songs for this year's presentation. And Raquel, do you want to take it away?
Well, yeah, I think there's only one thing we like more than singing together, and that's singing for a cause.
Yes.
And we are thrilled this year to have a new charity that has been impressive to me. I found out about this charity through our neighbor, Marlis Blagden, and a couple years ago, and within 2 years, our newest charity has become, just a hallmark of the Bayview, Carywood, Athol community. So we're very fortunate to have a representative from Bestowing the Basics here for a few minutes to give you just a brief idea of what she's doing. Awesome, what she's doing. And she's available to answer your questions. We'll take all donations, money, kind, toilet paper. We're not proud. We got people out there who have needs. And we're just delighted to be able to do that. So I'd like to have Corlin Smith from Bestowing the Basics come up and tell us a little bit about yourself, please, and your organization.
Making me come with her.
The mics are live, help yourself.
Oh, you want me to use the mic? She has half a leg, I have half a leg, so together we're kind of one person.
I like that.
We realized that our team is not of able body, so all of my board members have something wrong with them, and we've come to realize that you have to have something wrong with you in order to join Bestowing the Basics. We love broken people.
I love that. Literally, figuratively, and both.
Yes.
So.
Before I tell you a little bit about Bestowing the Basics, I would like to thank two women. One who is not here, but Raquel spoke of her as Marlis Blagden. I knew Marlis from Athol Elementary. So I have 3 boys, and all 3 of my boys went to Athol Elementary. And she was the lead administrator there. And having moved here from Hawaii almost 20 years ago, I didn't know anyone, and sending my kids to school for the first time was really daunting. But there was this petite, beautiful, vibrant woman there, and she welcomed me with open arms. And long story short, she's almost like my hero. She's my mother, my best friend, and she's truly one of the women, along with Cheryl, who have taken Bestowing the Basics under their wing and really given us a voice. And Marlis has connected us with Raquel. And I really appreciate you, Raquel, because right now, given our ailments and our busyness with outreach and whatnot, when she approached me with wanting to do another event, in the midst of having somewhat of a busy schedule already. I felt it necessary to take her up on it because she was so easy and gentle and kind and wanting to accommodate us in any way possible. She really just wanted to support us, and she made this event really simple for us. And I want you to know how much I appreciate that, because my organization is purely built on volunteers, myself included. We work this like a job, and we are, just as this center is community funded and operated, so is Bestowing the Basics. Bestowing the Basics was founded 28 months ago, so roughly 2.5 years ago, and my husband and I started it with our own finances. And to this day, we have not received any state or federal funding, nor have we received a single grant. So Bestowing the Basics, in 28 months, we have poured $164,000 back. 164,000. Yes, sorry.
I'm the fundraising director, I will correct that.
I wish I could say it was the heat, but we're inside. But we have poured that amount back into the community because it's people like you that make that possible. The numbers, they're remarkable, but at the end of the day, we can't do it without giving kind human beings who are generous with that and support us. And it's not only the financial aspect of it, it's Cheryl writing an article for us in the Shorelines. It's Raquel and the Noteables hosting an event like this where we're connecting with people who still don't know about us, because while we've done a lot of good things, there's still a lot of people that don't know about us. So I don't like people to get fixated on only the financial aspect of it. Everyone can only get what they can give, and sometimes it's not necessarily your money, it's your time, it's your talent. So for all of you being here, thank you. I'm gonna have Beth talk about some of our stats, but before I do, the reason I started Bestowing the Basics was because I worked closely with Charlotte Hooper, and she is also a Bayview resident. She runs our local ABC food bank. And in working with her for years, I always asked her, what do you need that you're not getting? And she would always tell me, shampoo, conditioner, all the hygienic and household items, because when you hear food bank, you just immediately think food. And while she's not saying that the food isn't important, she also wanted to provide people their basic essentials. And what she learned too is that people that are in dire situations will use their money for food, for gas, and the hygiene and household items, they don't really have the means to purchase. And so what we did was, I wanted to come in and supplement that so that those people could use whatever little money they had on what they needed most, living expenses. And so with that, that's kind of how we started with collecting the toilet paper. And quite frankly, post-COVID, I mean, people were stealing toilet paper, and here we are giving it away for free, you know? So I think toilet paper is priceless. But for us, we started with hygiene and household items, and then we kind of expanded to providing feminine hygiene in the schools. We do community meals at night and summer lunches, and so with that, that's kind of where we started. We found out what the needs were, and rather than duplicate what's already being done, we want to find out where help is needed, and we'll come in and meet that need. So Beth will kind of share with you a little bit more about what we've done.
So, and as Corey Lynn's talking about this, I'm over here tearing up because I'm just thinking of past events. Community meal we did, a little boy who's no more than 4 or 5, coming up 5 and 6 times for more salad. Christmas time, we didn't really have a plan to really go to the lengths we did for Christmas. My husband works at Garwood Elementary, so I picked a couple kids off the Christmas tree. I go in and I look, and I remember standing there with my mom, calling Corey Lynn, crying and saying, there are 2 Christmas trees full of kids, they're asking for clothes. Can we please take this on? And she goes, what's your heart telling you? And I said, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. And we did. And I think Bestowing the Basics is really, truly an eye-opening experience, from summer lunches to supplying the basics to Christmas. It really is just neighbors helping neighbors. And, buying an extra loaf of bread may not seem like a lot to you, but when that can give 10 kids a meal, something as simple as that goes a really, really long way. So Corey Lynn has some stats here I'll just share with you. We've done 4 community meals so far. We're averaging about 82 people each time. That's not servings, that's just people. So you figure some people come up 3-4 times because that is their meal for the day. And I do have to say, we do see some of the same faces. And so just period pouch program, we've given over 700 pouches. At the start of the fall 2024 school year, we will reach 1,000 period pouches along with feminine hygiene carts in all Lakeland middle and high schools. So kids can have that opportunity. We're also partnering West Bonner.
Yep, we take on West Bonner School District as well. So the period pouch program is, we work side by side with the school nurses, and we learned that when young women experience their period at school unexpectedly, they're not prepared for it. So we provide a discreet pouch with everything they need, and the nurses have it on hand. So we stock each school with an inventory, and when a child needs it, or a young lady needs it, she gives it to them. So after we do all of Lakeland School District, and we're taking on West Bonner School District, and I didn't tell my team yet, but we got another school in Coeur d'Alene that would like some pouches too. So we will exceed 1,000 pouches that contain an assortment of feminine hygiene for young women in the area as well.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, we don't have a location. So we are split between 2 storage units, an office by a Buy Coffee, and Corey Lynn's house. So literally the process is we buy something, we drop it off at Corey Lynn, she inventories it, then if we're going out into the community, we go back, pick it up from there between our office, our storage units. It really is kind of like shopping at any given time because you don't really remember what's in there.
As she's talking, I'm realizing why we're physically aliens,
Yeah.
from all the
Yeah.
we don't have an operational space of our own, so all of our outreach is logistically challenged for us, but we do it because we love the community. Really quick though, Beth, when she was talking about Christmas, we gifted over 200 kids Christmas. We lost track of counting as we try to keep track, but we couldn't say no to that.
My family alone did 35 kids.
Yeah.
It was a very, very daunting task, but it was probably the most rewarding thing I've done in my life, and very little of that was toys. I mean, it was clothes, shoes, very basic things that we take for granted, and I think that was one of the moments where God spoke to me the most and said, this is where you're supposed to be, this is what you're supposed to do at this time. And it was 100% worth it for my Christmas bonus to go to that. So we are anticipating a really, really busy year. The economy is not the greatest, as you know. So we are going to have a ton of items at Apple Days. If any of you guys are going to be coming out, we'll have raffles, Coeur d'Alene Resort package, a refrigerator, some home furnishings, Apple